Welcome to the Fate Nation podcast, where your hosts Manny, Heavy, and Fox discuss the world of gaming. New features and releases, unpopular opinions, and everything in between. Now, let's get into today's episode.
Hey, welcome to the Fate Nation podcast. This is your host, Manny, along with Heavy and Fox. And we are so glad to have you guys in here today to listen to us. We're doing this once a month now, so it's a little bit different schedule. Definitely like and subscribe. Please leave some comments. Tell us how boorish or stupid we are. We'd love it. Let's kick off the show, you guys. First of all, we were supposed to record an hour ago, and of course, Fox has decided that she's on a new timeline or a time zone of some kind. We've been doing this with daylight savings, right, Heavy, for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months?
Like that, yes.
Whatever.
And then today she's like, nah, let's just,
An hour later.
let's do 3. I'm sure it's 3
Now,
o'clock
I will
Eastern.
own
It's got to
my
be.
piece in this. I didn't want to for another hour either.
Oh, well, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
part.
I didn't, but
know
I was
that
going to
part.
roll with it no matter what. I don't care. I'll figure it out. There's enough coffee in the world.
Gotcha.
You were going to turn up whenever.
Gotcha. Oh, by the way, Heavy, did you? I wasn't sure if I didn't get a chance to show you how to use a microphone. Did you learn how to turn that on
I did.
this time for this
did,
show?
Yeah. Turns out that when audio drivers update, they break all of your choices.
Yay.
So dumb.
You're right. I'm just giving you guys a hard
That's
time.
fun.
I just got to do it. I've been yelling at my family all day. They're already like, "What is your problem today?"
I mean, you
I'm like,
kind of
I don't know.
are
I
a
just woke up.
dick.
Yes,
Wait, was that us
part
being yelled
too.
at? Because that's...
Yeah, that was
Okay.
naughty, Fox, and Heavy. But no, I think we're good now.
I can roll with this.
I think we're good. So what's been going on? It's been a month, right? We're only doing these once a month now, which is I kind of like that schedule, and I think we're doing a little bit shorter format.
Fate,
Everybody
that's
loved
what you get.
the B-roll. Yeah, well, everybody loved like doing the B-roll, the games we're talking about, or the shows or movies or whatever we're doing or talking about. So the format change, people have really gotten back to me and said they enjoy.
Sweet.
Good,
I love hearing it.
good.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, what have you guys been
So,
up to, Manny? What about you specifically?
Yeah, Manny, what's going on
Oh,
with you?
jeez. Too much work actually has been going on with me of late.
You're the worst retired
So,
person I know.
Yeah.
I know it is. It's so bad, dude. And if anybody doesn't know, I have a whole platform that kind of runs itself, but I have employees that do things. However, we've been getting so busy in the past like 8 months that I have to worry about hiring new employees. And that whole process is just so convoluted and a pain in the ass nowadays. I don't know what it is. I think it's a generational thing. Like we're trying to get, we're hiring some younger folks and their communication skills are not the greatest.
Oh, okay. Now I see what this
I don't know what it is.
I mean, mostly that shit's
refuses-
just practice, right?
I don't know. They refuse to use email. It has to be an instant message. You know what I mean? So you have to text them on their phone. You don't call them because they won't answer. It's a strange thing. You can text, but I'm used to dealing with email or IMing through Teams and stuff with the group, but we don't have them on Teams yet because they're new employees.
No, okay, yeah.
So I don't know what the hell the deal is with the generational thing, but I do all the hiring. So
I don't know, Manny, just sell the
This
Obviously.
company.
sounds like more.
sounds like what? I didn't hear that.
She said to sell the company, and I broke.
Oh, I'm totally
I
with
mean,
you. I'm
it's
totally with you.
It's
I'm ready.
kind of like the solution to all the problems.
That's kind of what I'm hearing, dog.
Right. Yeah. I'm totally with you guys. I'm with you. So if you guys want to put in an offer, we'll talk about it next week.
I have a wet towel and
Oh,
a
geez.
tube of paint
What a
that I
trade.
can currently offer you.
Nice.
I have a
nice.
small trophy that I could scratch out the C and put a T.
Oh,
So then
Okay.
King TJ, the champion.
I like that.
got
So
something.
Heavy, how's your settling into the new place and everything? Like you've finally.
It's getting better. The problem is moving from apartment to house is that you don't have enough shit to fill a house. So every single weekend, like this,
Oh, facts.
this past week, I've been
Facts.
off just because I've I needed a break from work. I was so tired. So kind of just spent that week building up the house, getting all the things a person could want in their life, and it's made this much of a dent. It's made no impact whatsoever.
I really, really, like, in my heart of hearts, I want you to have, like, done something like gone antiquing. That would be,
that'd be cool.
So fun.
Oh yeah.
I would love it if that's what you've done.
I'm a little too bougie to go antiquing is the problem, and so is my girlfriend, and both of us together, bad combo because it's all brand new shit.
Oh no.
Dude, it's expensive brand new too.
Yes.
Depends which antique shop you go to, right? Like if you go somewhere fancy.
Well, I would say you could do some things antique wise. You know what I mean? Like I know, like the furniture around the bedroom and stuff. We did do antique stuff, but I grew up with an antique, like a picker. So my grandfather was a picker and would have sales every weekend and auctions and all that kind of crap. So for me, it's a normal thing. But I totally get what you're saying. Like when you buy a house, man, there's all these rooms, and we literally waited. Okay, we're gonna do this room next year, and we're gonna do this room. You know what I mean? We didn't do all the rooms at once. Right. So, because number one, we were young and didn't have a lot of the cash yet, and I know how that goes. So,
yeah,
in fact, you have a job probably that pays you more than did when I was
most likely. I'm in a good position with
early
that,
20s.
Yeah. God, is it just a nightmare as a whole?
It's a lot.
You've been doing some stuff and going through some things.
Yeah, you're super helpful with the commentary today, Fox. How you doing?
You're welcome. Look, I didn't wake up that long ago, and then I was.
You've been awake for
bed and
hours.
breakfast going?
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
I talked to you just a few hours ago.
Yeah, but was I really there?
Yes.
Oh, is she? You're the one who changed the timing of today's recording. So what are you talking about?
I gotta go. I gotta leave.
That.
I gotta leave.
No.
We're doing this.
I gotta go.
You're in it.
No, we're doing this.
Sorry, guys. I can't. It's weird. I can't hear anything. This is weird. I can't hear you.
Oh God.
So dumb.
So ridiculous. I'm gonna keep touching my headsets because I got some like Heavy has where I've got them, but my ears genetically flawed, so it doesn't stay in as well.
Genetically flawed ears.
Yeah, big time flawed. Big time flawed. Heavy, do you actually game with these too? Do you game with these kind of headsets? Okay.
Yeah, after wearing in-ears.
I do like.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, like playing games like Tarkov and stuff. Like these are huge. Yeah. So much better.
Oh, it's a game changer for any type of listening.
Yeah.
Which sucks about Apex because the audio is terrible and you really need to listen 99% of the time. But.
Oh, really? Okay.
And people sound like they're in front of you, behind you, off to the side.
Oh God.
Yeah, Fox will make a comm every once in a while. Like, I think there's a team above us, and then there's 4 teams below us, and we can't blame her for that one because we heard the same thing.
Yeah, you can blame me for my aim, but you can't blame me for audio.
And your decision making and your communication.
And yes, many, many other things, but you cannot blame me for my vibes.
I mean, that's a hard thing for a gamer to develop, though, that sound above and below.
Yeah, but I mean...
It's not an easy thing.
It's not, but at the same time, God, Apex, you're it's worth so much money. Just make it a little bit better.
I swear I've read somewhere that, their audio is done in a way that all the audio is like playing at once, so like everybody's like footsteps and everything is playing at once, and it's just depending on where you are, like they'll turn it on and off. I don't know how true that is.
Right.
It would be stupid.
Well, Tarkov's much better in that regard.
If it was that way.
The few times I've played,
like I can sit in a room and I can hear somebody walking through glass above me.
Exactly. Yes.
And I know that it's above me. You know what I mean? And if I walk out of that building, I can no longer hear them.
Don't show off with your nice shiny things, Manny. Don't show off with your nice shiny game with its nice audio.
And you know who has new? Well, we can do Heavy's Hangout or the Fook House if you want. I don't care, because I do have some games I want to talk about, and one of those is about that has really good audio.
Yeah,
Actually,
Manny has a game to talk about.
All right, cool. We're gonna start Heavy's Hangout. Throw the intro.
And now it's time for all the latest news. It's Heavy's Hangout.
So for Heavy's Hangout, you're gonna start because I only have one thing to talk about, and it's not a video game.
Oh, okay. Well, and I have shows and movies too we can talk about too, but one of the games that I've been trying, it's free to play on Steam, only because I saw Dr. Disrespect play it. I played Hawked.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the game. Now, it has mixed reviews, and I totally get it, but because I think there's a lot of people that are Fortnite-y people that are playing it and not realizing that it's more Tarkov-esque, where you're actually extracting with things, which I love that kind of game.
Right.
The animation and the comic book feel of the look is kind of neat.
Yeah, I see why people get attached to the Fortnite idea because of it.
Yeah, the look and feel, but it's really not at all.
No, yeah.
You know, it's not at all. But I like the idea of going in, grabbing things, doing little quests, and then, you know, running out of the game with goodies. And even if you did you've got a few of the glyphs, you still get credit for the glyphs, but you don't get credit for all the, you know, other things that you could have left with, which is kind of cool. And I don't play a lot of FPS anymore just because of, you know, how much strain it is on my arms and stuff from 80 years of editing and production and all that kind of crap. So, but it's kind of a fun game. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting.
It looks very Fortnite.
Right. Yeah, the look is, but the gameplay
No, because
really
like as soon as they get into the actual gameplay, I'm watching it right now. It is very not Fortnite. It definitely has its own theme of shit going on, which is cool. I do like that.
It's more up close PvP. So it's PvP, PvE is the game, but the PvP interaction. So the game warns you when somebody's close, always, which is interesting. Huh. And then you have a whole skill tree and things that you can add, which are really artifacts that you can add to your setup, basically your loadout, to make things a little bit easier for you in different parts of the game, either aiming, shooting, damage, all sorts of stuff. But nothing's like an epic loadout or anything either.
Okay.
Unless you find a weapon along the way, and then you can sell the weapon when you go back.
So like your loadout is until you get more stuff as you go through.
Right. You can have skins and things like that. Now, people are, of course, complaining about, you know, the cost of things, like any game. So, but you can truly go in and play it for free and build things up. You don't have to buy all the skins and crap like in Apex. Right. Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
You don't have to do that. But as soon as you start charging for something,
way too much on that
I know, exactly. And people are whining about, you know, the in-game currency issue, as in a lot of games. So I don't know. I find it to be kind of an interesting game. And then along with that, I've also, you know, of course, I talked about it last time, is playing Tiger Woods golf ranked, which is kind of cool.
It still goes hard.
I finally got my head. I know I got my head on my ass with that game and finally figured out. Let me go look on YouTube. Why is everybody out driving me in all these ranked games? And I'm like, oh, there's like a little menu for balls that you can't, like, you don't notice. And when you click on the ball, you can change all the balls that you've won to that kind of ball. But the ball type is something you don't realize. And when you go in there, it's like a skill tree for balls. And then you can find, no, it sounds crazy. Skill tree for balls. But there's these balls that you can purchase.
It's what you will need.
Yeah. Dude, totally. At this age, I need it. But there's a total skill tree for them where you can buy these certain balls that give you, like, I don't know, 30 more yards in your drive.
No.
Balls skill tree. I know, Heavy can't hold on. But, I mean, 30 yards in a golf game is huge. So it's like on a drive, and I'm like, well, damn, why didn't I know about this before? But anyway. So anyway, that's my,
you just need
that's
more
my
experience.
gaming experience
you need
right
some
now.
more experience points in balls.
But there's a lot of people in our
it's not
Discord.
all about the shaft.
Shout out to Fate Gaming, by the way.
Shout out to Fate Gaming. We care about more than the shaft.
Right? They pay for Heavy and my salary. So we've got to shout
all
out to
the way
them
up and down.
all the way up and down the shaft. So shout out to them. But a lot of people have been on playing that. What is it? Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is huge right now.
Yeah, I actually. Okay, so
pirate game.
I want to talk about this very lightly and very delicately because I know there are people in the server who play it and maybe are having fun with it. Whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
The problem I have with this specific game is that it is a game that was already made in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Don't get me wrong, made prettier and
right. I got
more
you.
things to do.
I got you.
But essentially, it is Black Flag with additions.
Yeah.
Yet it is charged as a quadruple A game. Their verbiage, not mine. And there's not enough content to serve as a ongoing venture. But the game's been in development for 11 years. And some games, like when you read the story about, I don't know if you guys remember the game Anthem that BioWare made. It was essentially a live service mech game where you flew around. Cool, right? And you can understand where they fell aside. They were probably confused as to how are we going to make these systems? Are we actually going to do this piece? So on and so forth, right? This is a pirate game. This is not that complex. I mean, you can't even like land to do a whole bunch of pirating on land. You could do that Sea of Thieves, no problem.
Sea of Thieves,
Right,
Sea of Thieves has the range.
There's less stuff that you have to figure out. It's not as if there's going to be a spaceship and how are we going to make this spaceship fly and how are we going to make the systems for this.
Exactly.
We already know how boats work.
Right, like the development data for all of this. All we have to do is start implementing from this and then just testing ideas for a couple years. Because realistically, it looks like with 11 years, let's say it didn't take 11 years. Let's say it was just going to take 6. 2 years of pre-pro, 4 years of development, or whatever way you want to slice it. So in that time of those 2 years, you have the data. Just use Black Flag as a base, then try it until you find a couple of ideas that really work for a gameplay loop and then maybe some bigger challenges along the way. Boom. You have some ideas of what you want it to look like. That first year of development, they're already hitting the ground swinging. They just are building something, a framework that can be tested and iterated. This does not look like it has been. Now, that's kind of my soapbox on it, honestly. I don't have a lot more. I mean,
it looks fun. I've been watching guys play it this week. I mean, they're having fun with it. There's less of a crew interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're on your boat, and this is your boat in battle or in your quests or whatever.
And that's where I think Sea of Thieves got it right. It's we're all on the boat. It is our boat. We are all doing stuff. Like when we fire cannons, we fire the cannons. Yes. If there's patchwork that needs to happen under the deck, boom, someone's already on that, doing that stuff. That's really cool. And I think that's amazing. This was in development for 11 years, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, in Skull, I will say this, the co-op play in it, though, as a group of ships, like a fleet, is kind of interesting when you go do quests. Yeah. So that part is cool. That's the co-op portion of it. But I know what you're saying. Like, but maybe you want to do single player too.
And that's totally fair.
A little bit.
But you could do like the both. You could have like you start your own like as your own crew, and then you sort of like are building up your ship, and then you get another better ship, and then eventually you buy 2 ships, and then you've got a fleet, and then you can get a bigger fleet, and all that stuff.
So on and so forth.
Well, you can do that, and you also can buy like islands and sections, so you own areas of the map or parts of the map, which is kind of cool.
That is neat. Like, don't get me wrong, there definitely are systems. I'm not trying to on this game as a whole. There's definitely a game here. It's not like Anthem where it didn't run, you could barely fly, there was nothing but grind. Like, at the very least, this is something you can go in, interact with, play for a couple hours with friends, have fun. And I love that.
Yeah.
But it's not...
Yeah.
The price doesn't justify how it is.
The price does not justify it. Now, if it's on Game Pass...
it's not my...
nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the other game I was going to ask you about, Heavy, but you may not know about this game or you haven't looked into it enough because you're such a big space guy when it comes to these games, is that Hell Rider 2, which looks...
Oh, Helldivers.
I don't know if you...
Helldivers.
Or Helldivers.
Yep.
Is that what... Helldivers. That's it.
Yeah, I was I haven't jumped into it yet just because the backlog is pretty intense. But I have heard that the servers are a bit unstable, so I'm waiting for them to be not as unstable.
Well, there's so many people playing.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. But it's exactly what I want. It's exactly what I want. It's
okay.
No, I have heard nothing but glowing recommendations for this game.
Yeah,
it is right up my alley. I will play it once the servers die down, so
I've heard
probably by
nothing
the next
about
podcast. Oh, I'd recommend you look into it. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So I was watching Twitch today. I was watching Clean play it on Twitch. Shout out to Clean. And the reason I watch him is he does a lot of Tarkov stuff. But he was playing it, and it was interesting to see how the map opens up on scale based on what your whole side is doing. So there's like, basically not good versus evil, but like your clan versus another clan or guild, basically. And then, but it's massive. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people that are playing the game. And then you can see on the map, well, I could go join this front where we're already winning by a lot, or I can go over here and do a single player map and gain some stuff that will help me in the multiplayer stuff later. So it's just an interesting layout.
Yeah, it's great for a live service kind of feel because it's an ever expanding map. We're right now, it's like this fringe area of space. But once we win that, maybe more space opens up around it. And then we just keep going.
Yeah. And then as you open up the map, then the other guilds can take over the planets. And then you need to build as a group, talking about another tens of thousands of people, like take on those areas and fight. And it goes on forever. It's like Planet Side where it can just go on for so long as far as timing, which I thought is interesting way, because I haven't seen a game like that in a while since like Planet Side, where it's just massive amounts of people and a campaign that can last for a week or whatever, which is kind of cool. Fox needs to get it. Fox would like it.
Sounds interesting. I'm intrigued.
Oh yeah, it's 100% on my alley. I will be playing it once again the servers die down. I'll probably give it 2 weeks and they'll hopefully figure that out.
Is it like multiplayer? Like you can play like as your own little group?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And you have your ship that you can go to different planets and stuff as a group or singular, or like Warframe, you don't have to be with people, but you can be with groups of people, that kind of thing.
From what I saw, you can do solo play, but it's probably better to just online matchmake if you're by yourself. However, groups can also just team up together and do it that way for more fun.
Yeah.
Also, Friendly Fire is on, so...
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You play with me, you're dead.
I mean,
because I know what's going to happen. You're going to get like something like an artillery strike and just be like, I don't know what to do. And I'm going to be where you didn't know what to do.
Okay.
She's going to spray.
Deny me that. Deny me that right now.
I can't because we've never played it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, very excited for Helldivers to play it. I heard
it looks interesting. I'd like watch more people play it too. Like I need to see more of it. Which would be interesting.
But yeah, for me, unless anyone else has any other games, movies they played.
Well, Fox, what have you've been playing? Anything?
I've been playing a lot of Dave the Diver. So
yeah.
I'm a bit late on that.
Do that. You can do that in your Fook house.
Okay.
Do that in your Fook house.
Fair. We'll wait for the Fook house.
Well, for the end of my section, I have been rereading The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. For those of you who don't know, those are the Aragon books, the ones with the dragon on the cover. So,
Yep.
I read these as a kid, and I remembered because like YA novels were a dime a dozen, and some were good, some were bad. And if you read Wheel of Time, I feel sorry for you because that's just nerd homework. Me, that's awful. Anyway, moving on. Aragon was this...
It's a lot of homework.
It's a lot. You've got like 5 books before it gets good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in the Aragon books, something when I was a kid, I remember thinking like there's some sections where it's a little bit more adult themed than it was for YA. Like, it's not like because of sexual nature of anything. It's just
right.
The content that was written was a little bit darker than what you'd expect from the YA kind of series. And I always gravitated towards them because of that. And also, dragons are cool as yeah, let's do all that.
Right,
So
of course.
rereading it as an adult, I was right. Okay. I'm just going to set the stage for one scene. Main character and mentor riding through town. They're looking for supplies, and they see a well-descripted mountain of bodies with a child on top of the bodies with a spike through its head. And I'm just sitting there like,
gotcha.
Because the rest of the book is, like it's written from Aragon's perspective, and he's 16. So, he's finding his way in the world, stuff like that. He still thinks more grandiose than what he is, like beyond his station in life, but he is aware of his station. So when these two things collide and he sees that kind of shit, it's actually very interesting. So it's just been nice to kind of go back through, considering it's been, well, I just had my birthday, so like 20 years since I've read these books.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Anyway.
I know you love that.
Yeah, big fan. It's also why I took the week off, because my company publishes birthdays, and I was like,
Please.
No.
I remember that from the last pod. You're like, no cake here,
No,
bro.
I want nothing.
I've never done it. Never said it.
Really?
I mean, I'm to him. Like, I want to be.
Oh, I thought you
no,
meant
yeah,
you
like
never.
I
Okay,
want somebody to celebrate my birthday, but like, yeah, if Heavy says like he doesn't want his birthday celebrated,
Yeah, I got it.
Fine.
Well, that's because you learned the hard way from snakes.
Yes, it did. But I learned, and now I'm very, very good at doing the snake warnings.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah. No.
You have to, or hell's coming.
Hey, I have multiple times I've been like, Heavy, you need to specifically watch out for this very specific part of the thing, and it's going to last for this long.
Yeah. She'll give me recommendations all the time, be like, but at this point in this scene, when the character is looking like this, they're going to turn to the left. We're going to pan over to the next room, and there's going to be a cobra that's just like, what's up?
Now, I recall not having that warning when we did that watch party on the war.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That movie was
Well, I had the taste at that moment because remember it came out of nowhere, that snake, and went, what did it do? Went down his throat or something?
Well, the thing is, there were like several parts where it was there.
Yeah.
Like, there was the initial, and
but
then that
nothing is
later.
egregious as when the next snake we just cut to it. That's it.
Just
just cut to snake.
Right.
Yeah, no build up.
Exactly.
Like, there's not a noise, there's nothing to tell you that they're scared. It's,
So anyway, back to your books.
Yeah, books are great. Highly recommend everyone reads. Y'all read books.
I read books. Leave me alone.
true.
I'm not. Well, then you
Books
can
good.
exclude yourself. Read
Okay,
books.
cool. Great.
Fine.
Good.
You.
Fight.
Face. Your face.
So anyway, you're recommending reading them again, though.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No.
When you're older,
because
I'm kind of with you because fantasy. I read so many books when I was younger, so rereading hasn't crossed my mind as much. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain series I honestly would never go back and read again. But this one, because he just dropped a new book called Murtaugh, which is about a character from this story that is a very important character, and not the main character, just an important one. Anyway, I was like, I'll reread the entire Inheritance Cycle just to catch up because I'm sure I forgot how everything happens.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then, pop into that book. So it's just been, Memory Lane has been nice, but definitely excluded some things from Memory Lane. Why I excluded them, I'm not sure.
Like, the pile of bodies sounds very kind of like Berserk.
Yeah, no, it's a jarring cut, and the best part is, so, like, you expect that to be a chapter of its own. And it is not. It is in the chapter where they're talking about stuff and just kind of casual conversation for the most part. Yeah. Aragon's learning from Mentor casually. They get into town and like they're a little ooged out. Things are weird. Windows are shattered. And then just come around the corner, huge pile of bodies, well descripted. And you're like, yeah. We should be on our toes. Yeah, and
things are happening.
Right, and it kind of sets up to do a whole thing with the main character. Whatever, that part doesn't matter. However, another thing I didn't realize is like when you get older, you've heard so many stories a billion times that you're jaded about everything. So by this point, open up the book, and there's a section where Aragon's like, he knows the story about his mother who came there and would never tell who his father was, and then died in childbirth. Okay.
Oh yeah,
and you're sitting there thinking, well, who's the father? I bet it's the evil villain, the king, who he has to go and defeat. Oh, imagine that! It was the king. Spoilers for a 20-year-old book. Yeah, exactly. It's just there's shit like that all over the place. How does his mentor know about all this magic and dragons? And oh my God, he was a dragon rider before? Whoa!
Weird.
Wow.
Yeah, that one I called as a kid. But other stuff like the king being his dad, I just wasn't there. Yeah, like, I wasn't jaded enough.
Yeah, we get used to story story tropes so quickly that like it takes somebody like some very ingenious twists in order to set something like that up that pays off well.
There is one, I just got to it. Basically, this magical creature speaks to Aragon and is like, I'm going to tell you some things about your future. Or maybe someone else does. It doesn't matter. Someone tells him about his future and says that someone will betray you and they are blood related to you. And he automatically thinks of his brother that he grew up with because he doesn't know any better. Turns out Murtaugh is his half-brother. That's a whole other thing. But as the reader, we only know about that one person. So that way, when it does happen, we've been thinking the first brother, not this weirdo dude off to the left, and it's the weirdo dude off to the left.
Right.
Which is great. I love that setup and payoff.
Yeah.
Sure. It's funny when you were describing that because I was kind of thinking about... I'm moving to shows a little bit here, but I started. You guys have been telling me for ages to complete Last of Us, and I've been an idiot and haven't been doing it. But it's such a great show. It really is. Like it started off a little bit slow for me, but that's okay. I'm way more than 3/4 through it. But the episode, like when you said the kid on the top of the heap, and I just saw the episode with. I don't know if you remember the show. You guys have all watched it ages ago, but Last of Us, the episode with Henry, and they're inside the city. And so it's the black guy that's like 20-some years old, and he's taking care of the kid, his brother or something like that. And then they end up, like, the kid gets turned, and then he ends up, spoiler alert, I don't care, everybody knows. And then he ends up committing suicide right in front of everybody. It's like, what the? Like, I wasn't ready for that. And I'm like, what the just happened? And then the episode kind of ends on that note. And you're like this show is well done.
The Last of Us is as a universe, there's a lot like that.
Yeah. And I totally get it. And the actors are really good in it, too. Like, they're so good. I mean, you've got Mando, of course, Pascal, but I forget what the girl's name is. She's so good at acting. She's really good.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. Like, she's just a great actress, which is kind of
Bella
cool.
Ramsey, yes.
So, but
that's,
Yeah. And that show, so that's the show I've been kind of watching. I mean, it's not books, but, video game lore, whatever.
It's that.
It all comes from the game.
It's
the
all
only
stories.
But they did an interesting interpretation from a show from a game, unlike Halo, which was trash the first season. I can't even believe they got another season funded. I mean, maybe this season's better, but like you said, it's Master Chief with no mask the whole time.
Master Chief someone in the first season.
Right.
Do not know enough about Halo to know why that's a thing.
Okay.
Halo lore.
For those of us who grew up with Halo, oh, you're doing a thing.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to explain it while you walk.
I'm listening, but also
okay,
cat.
Cool. All right, you're fine. For those of you who may not know, also our listeners, if you did not grow up with Halo, Master Chief does not take off his helmet. The only time he did it was at the end of Halo 1, and you don't even see what he looks like. The point isn't to know what he looks like. That's not the point. It's the point of what he is. Mr. Billy Badass, Doom Guy. That you can equate
so he's Doom
so
Guy.
many things. Essentially, he's Doom Guy, but with little bits of personality here and there as he develops because of Cortana. which
Right.
always brought up the question of what is life, what is whatever, and all that good stuff, which is super awesome with Master Chief, because he's just this solid brick of anything. Nothing will stop him. He will anything up. But
Why
this
is it
next
called
season,
Master Chief?
because he is a Master Chief. That's
Is
his
that
rank.
not? Is that? Oh, okay, it's a rank. Oh, I always thought it was a stupid name.
Oh, you got to go back and read.
Yeah. Now you got to read a few books. Also, if you read the books, you'll find out he's a redhead.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a ginger.
There's a lot of things in the show because they try to humanize and change. And I don't know, the first season, I only watched a couple episodes. I couldn't watch anymore. It was so bad. And then they made another season.
Is it good?
Like, it looks like more interesting because they were going to change a lot of things to it. Like, it's already started streaming.
Yeah, we're on episode 3
But-
apparently.
Everybody's pissed about the first season that were Halo fans. So I don't know how they got away with this unless they decided what they're going to,
How they managed to
total-
get the next season.
I don't know, like a total change, or I don't know what they're doing. It does look darker and better to me because the first one was just so cheesy. I mean, the first 2-3 episodes were just...
Yeah, I never saw
Season
anything
2 of
about
Halo
it.
has critical 94, audience 74. So it's definitely better.
That is better.
However, the
exceedingly
first shot
better.
is of him with his helmet off.
I know. That whole idea really heavy is got to be thrown out the window. For this series, that whole thing is just different. It's just different.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like Heavy thinks he should be like Master Chief should be shot in the head, and then you get a new Master Chief who doesn't take his
No,
helmet
it's a
helmet
multiverse
off.
scenario.
I don't care
because
what the dude looks like underneath. He could be the most handsome, most ugly. I don't
Right,
care.
right.
It's not the point. The point is what he is. There could be Spartans around him. You could do like they're doing Reach apparently,
Right.
which is a game if you guys played it, whatever.
Correct.
And if you took those guys' helmets off, I wouldn't give two. They all had very unique personality traits that if they took their helmets off and expressed them more, I'm fine with that. You can humanize them because the whole point is, spoiler if you didn't play Halo Reach, they die at the end.
I can't believe I
Now,
know that
there's a
now.
very simple, I was going to say, Heavy, there's a very simple explanation to as why Master Chief removed his helmet. There's a very simple reason in Hollywood is the fact that SAG isn't going to pay. You're not going to get paid unless you see a face. Okay? And if you have a face and you're talking, you're getting paid way more than you are doing a voiceover. That's just a fact. So I'm not surprised that they removed the helmet at some point. They were just going to do it.
I'm more surprised
Because
Chief-
they're
someone-
lead actors. They're lead actors.
Yeah.
They have to show their face to get paid,
Of course.
basically. So, I mean, it sucks, but what are you
I
going to
mean,
do?
Mandalorian, they managed it.
They did for a long time.
for
So
You're
you-
right.
so it's-
season
Which
one.
is
So it's
And season 2.
doable. You know,
it is doable.
it's
It is
doable. So
but
really, not. Too much of an
eventually,
excuse.
Pascal wanted to show his face, and there's a reason.
I mean, again, don't get me
for it.
wrong. For Mandalorian, that made perfect sense. After season 2, I would have accepted if he had just been like, all of you, I'm taking the helmet off regularly. Because it would have made sense for his
Right, right,
character
right.
growth. He would have been like,
It made
I am no
sense.
longer of this. I am with this.
Right.
Little small Grogu. We would take off helmet. We give smoochies.
well, they
moo-moo.
grew the story.
Yeah.
They grew the story.
And they didn't even end up doing that. They kind of fumbled the bag at the end. Who cares? We're going to move on from Mandalorian.
But Halo didn't do that. They're just like, hey, this is a side. This is like a football helmet. I'm gonna put it on the
Yeah,
side.
and it's
You know
fine
what I mean?
to tell a
Like-
different story. And if you build us to taking off Chief's helmet, I'm fine with that. But it should be a
Right,
build.
right.
You have the structure. This is Master Chief. He doesn't take off the helmet. He doesn't do First season, don't take off the helmet.
Right.
Second season, maybe he takes it off and tries to express himself more. And that's fine. That's what Mando did.
Right.
It worked.
Yep.
Yeah, it's also
Yes,
kind of
yes.
similar. It's also similar to
Fire it up, baby. Fire it up.
I'm
it's
pissed.
there's a symmetry like to Ghost in Call of Duty, like you know where he has his mask on and like
Sure.
nobody gets to see through that. and then he takes it off like further on, like when he gets betrayed and stuff, because he's like looking to create like a human connection and solidarity with the people that he is with.
Right. That's true. That's true. Well, Fox, do you guys have any more movies, shows, games before we move on to Fook House? We got to move on to Fook House.
I don't know what you're doing, Heavy.
Well, these are legs.
Uh-huh.
See, legs.
Uh-huh.
Legs. And then they have something in between them, and they go here, and then they go.
Seems very small.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
infantile.
Yeah.
What do you got now? Bring it.
Just that I love you.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway,
so
Fox.
Let's move on to my house.
Fook House. That's okay. That's
yeah,
okay.
it's like
That's
my
okay.
Barbie dream house, but it's my house.
Yes. Yes. Oh god.
Which
I
finally
try and fix that, Scythe. Shout out to gaming.
Yes, Scythe. Thank you.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know why. There's no reason. Just
Can we do the Fook House?
No. We've got to stay
intro.
here in this moment.
Welcome to Fox's House on the Fate Nation podcast.
You said you were playing a game or something,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. At this point.
Yeah, what do you want now? What do you want now?
Yeah, what do you want me to talk about, Manny? God.
No, I mean, you said a game
I mean,
or something.
I've
I
been
forget
playing
what
Dave
it's
the
called.
Diver. It's not. You dive.
Dave the Diver.
You dive, and there's stuff and things, and it should not be as good as it is.
Okay, you're really
That's cool.
selling us this game right now.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Look,
I mean-
okay, I thought we were just gonna like gloss over like, everything, but okay, if
That was a mega gloss over. That was like a zero
okay.
descript.
Yeah.
So,
Gloss.
thoughts on Dave the Diver are that normally I hate pixel games. Anything that looks like it's pixelated, because we have the technology. Why would you do this?
What is it, like an 8-bit game? Is that what you're saying?
Like it's slightly it's however they've done it. I think what they've done is they've done it in a 3D program, and then like made it look pixelated, kind of like how Minecraft does. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
it's-
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Yeah, she's right. I'm looking at it now.
It's basically it's kind of part sim game, restaurant sim game, part like roguelite, part discovery exploration game.
Nice.
So you're basically diving to try and get fish to put in sushi that you're going to sell at your restaurant. But there's a whole
cool.
bunch of other stuff to do with like it has a storyline, which is it's pretty engaging.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of. I was talking to Provis about this, and for like a game, and for me to get like 8 hours into it, and for it to still kind of like be giving me like new mechanics and new ways of playing, and new things that I can be doing.
Right.
Like, it's really impressive, like, for a game like that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's very good. I know that I'm late to this. Like, a lot of other people have probably already played it.
Oh, please.
But
I'm
yeah,
late to everything.
It's
so
great.
I'm with
It's
you.
good.
That's the point of this podcast, being just the touch late. Just the touch
Yeah,
late.
we're
Except
not-
for
we're
me.
not-
I'm a day one player for all this stuff.
Okay.
Unless
you
it's
know-
Helldivers,
I'm
like
definitely not a day
Helldivers
one.
2 is a little on the side, but if it's like a AAA release, I am number one on the scene.
See, and I'm the opposite. Like, I wait for the price to come down or
hell
something.
no.
I don't need to wait for the price, but I
But you've
never want to pay.
decided. You've decided it.
Oh,
That's who
absolutely.
you are, and you're clinging to that identity.
And the other thing is, I cling to games. Like, I'll play games for a long time. Like, whereas a lot of people just be like, "Oh, I'm done with this game after 10 days. Next game," and I'm terrible at that. I think that's a generational thing too. Like, I'm in my 50s, so it's just different for me.
Yeah. I mean, I burned through Elden Ring. Don't get me wrong, I still have multiple saves that I run through every once in a while, but about 10 days, and I had everything. I beat the boss, final boss.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
all the bosses.
fair.
And then
I
did
sense.
the exact same thing on my PlayStation.
Yeah, same. I was also doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it for PlayStation for
I
cheap.
get
You
it.
had
like,
to.
I
You
have
had to.
Well, what else am I gonna play when I'm in bed?
Exactly. Or sitting on the couch in
Bingo.
the living room higher
Bingo.
than a kite.
Yeah, you're not gonna sit at your PC.
Yes.
No, that's the argument I make all the time because it's
You know?
that's what sucks so much about just having one console sometimes. Or like I don't have my
yeah.
Switch set up upstairs. I keep it downstairs, right across.
Oh,
the
we
way.
do. Yeah.
Just because like it's better this way to just keep separation of levels. Because otherwise, I'm gonna want to play it on the TV upstairs. But that's the living room. That's where we're vibing. That's not the right answer. So. But I have realized, like, it does suck to not be able to sit on the couch sometimes and just burn through a JRPG. Takes me 90 hours, and I can't do it on the couch. Thank God for the Steam Deck, which I'm going to preach so hard. Everyone should
I was
own
gonna say. I was just gonna say that.
Dude, get 2 Steam Decks. Get 3. Get as many as you
Get
can.
as many Steam decks as you
Yeah.
possibly can. I've
Super
got a
cool.
Steam Link, so
Yeah, but it's not as good as a Steam
Although
Deck.
I was gonna say, my daughter. You mentioned Switch. My daughter's totally addicted to the Zelda, the last Zelda one that came
yeah,
out.
Tears
She's
of the
like
Kingdom.
totally.
the
Oh my God, she's just loving
It's a
it. She's
time
loving all the puzzles and
sink,
everything
yeah.
into it.
yeah,
And I try to get her to go back
Yeah.
and play the older ones, but the kids can't wrap their heads around the graphics.
It's
stuff.
hyper jank. Like if you don't build
Yeah.
from,
Oh,
from
yeah.
there,
Oh, yeah.
like if you
Yeah.
go back and play Ocarina, I'm sorry to everyone. Like I love Ocarina. I play it once a year. It sucks compared to Tears of the Kingdom.
yeah,
I
it
know.
needs
I know. It's it. That's
yeah,
it.
it needs to be remade at this point. But like in
It
know,
would
well,
be
I would
nice.
play the-
yeah, there you go.
It would be
like-
nice.
However,
mean, you
please
could
don't
probably-
remake
get away-
Majora's Mask.
You could do
No,
Wind Waker. She might get Wind Waker, right?
Ooh, Wind Waker's perfect actually, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a graphical fidelity that's kind of like on its own thing.
yeah.
It's like
it does.
same
True.
thing as like Hades. Like Hades will just always be off to its own side.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's never gonna sort of like age out because it's got an art direction that isn't like we need to make this look like a really
It's different.
nicely
Here's a
rendered
real
tree.
person.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to like be upgraded in any way because it's got its own look and
How
feel.
did Detroit become human? Beyond Two Souls, Fahrenheit.
Well,
Identical Prophecy.
Boys and girls, we're coming to the end of our podcast here, and we've had an awesome pod. Heavy's got his audio, which is key.
Yay.
We started a little bit later for Fox, but that's okay.
You're welcome.
And we've got a shout out to fategaming.com for sponsoring us and putting us up on their platform for YouTube. We've had a lot of views. A lot of people like the little bit shorter version of us. I don't know why they wouldn't want to see more of us, but I get it.
Yeah, weirdos.
I think I'm pretty as hell.
Yeah. We just need people to like and
great.
subscribe, right? Like and subscribe and comment. Comment on the videos, please. Like it. Just like it and comment would be
Yes,
awesome.
please.
Comment about
Let us
how
know what else
pretty
you want us to
I
talk
am.
about. Yeah, pretty. How pretty. And we'd love to hear what movies we'd want to do a watch party on soon.
Please.
Because we want to do a watch party. We're going to do it. But we need to know, do you want us to watch an episode of a show? Do you want us to watch a movie? And it's got to be something, available for folks on YouTube so everybody can watch along with
Yeah.
us. Would be nice.
So if you're,
I think
if you want to look into it for anyone listening, please go to YouTube, type in free movies. There's a free primetime movies
Right.
playlist. Just go through it, find something, and we'll do it.
Yep.
Like on there is Clueless. I'll watch Clueless.
Good movie.
And we could do Prime too. Like it doesn't have to just be YouTube. Like Prime free stuff. I think most people have Prime at this point
Barbarian
too.
was on
so-
Prime. It was very good. People
Yes.
should watch that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that'd be great. That'd be great. So, anyway, shout out to everybody. Thank you for watching and hanging out with
The
us. at the end
Turbo
of the
Power
show.
Rangers movie is on there. Yeah.
Now, I know that's a great one. Couple of announcements too. We're going to be doing a poker charity tournament in March.
We are.
We're going to be supporting a dog's it's called Salty Dog Paddle or something like that. So we'll have all the specifics and stuff next month. But
have a few dollars laying around,
There we go. We're going to be supporting, getting dogs proper homes, that kind of thing. And rehabbing dogs that have gone through some difficulties, which is kind of cool, is what the organization does. So we're going to be doing that next month. And, of course, just the regular shenanigans on our Discord for Fate Gaming. Love to have, if you're listening and you're not in Fate Gaming, love to have you guys come out and check us out and hang out in our Discord.
Yeah.
So
and tell us to watch Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Turbo.
Right. Oh, and, wait. And next month, we've got a special group of guests, developers from the game Robo Squad that's on Steam as, I don't know if it's early access right now.
I think it's early access, yeah.
Yes.
Is it early access? Okay. So those devs are going to be on with us next month. So be sure and check us out, listen to them, and we're going to have some game keys and all that kind of fun stuff. So it should be pretty cool, but I think we're good. I'm going to sign out, and I know you guys are too. So take care. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you all.
Bye.
No, thank you all. I get the last word.
Thanks for listening. This was the Fate Nation podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe and check us out on all socials at Fate Gaming. Why not check out our growing community of over 4,000 gamers at www.fategaming.com. Remember, over 18s only. See you next time.
Do you even play this game, bro?
God, how did you even miss that guy?
You suck, noob.
Are you tired of being teamed up with a bunch of toxic randos who are too busy talking smack to have fun? Then join us at fategaming.com, where you can be part of a friendly and respectful 18-plus community where our members are focused on having fun and building friendships. Visit us now at www.fategaming.com.